The most useful skill you could ever develop on a bike is a bunny hop. Bunny hops allow you to get up obstacles, over obstacles, up the side of obstacles, off the side of obstacles, and provide key knowledge for jumping. They allow you to spice up your ride by turning hills into launches, curbs into gaps, and speed bumps into kickers. It also allows you to get up obstacles without slamming your rear tire into a blunt object and risking a pinch flat. So, let's do this. First, no matter what bike you have, slam your seat. This allows you to have a bigger hop because the seat isn't in the way of your bum. Next, use flat pedals. This is not only for your safety in case of a bail, but so you don't develop bad habits later on and regret it. Clipless pedals teach you to rely on your feet being attached to the bike to lift the back end instead of proper form. The first step in a bunny hop is accomplished using a preload. If you want to go up, you must go down first, much like if you were jumping. A preload is accomplished by forcing your weight into the ground. A preload counteracts what your suspension fork does. Your suspension fork is meant to absorb drastic changes in where your bike is positioned, and you are trying to make a drastic change. So be sure to preload both your front and rear suspension if you have it. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, so the harder you press down, the farther you will go up. So even if you don't have suspension forks, you still need to preload. Now, after the preload, lift your front wheel by moving your weight back and over your rear wheel. Make sure you get your weight behind the rear axle in order to lift your front wheel. If you pull with your arms, then your weight won't be in the right position to execute the next step in the hop. Once your weight is back and down near your rear wheel, stand straight up fast. This will start the rear wheel moving upward. So, let's recap. Preload. Move your weight back. Stand up explosively. Now what? Besides open your mouth. Simply push your bars forward and scoop up with your feet. Voila! Bunny hop completed. But by now, I am sure some of you are thinking, Okay, wait. How does he get his rear wheel off the ground? What? No way. This is the hardest part to master, so here's what you need to know. Unweight your rear wheel and push forward on your bars. When you perform this upside down J motion, you can see you only need the bars to lift the rear wheel. Now, that works fine when your feet are off the pedals, but what about when your weight is on the bike? Won't your feet keep the bike down? Think about a pogo stick. Your feet aren't strapped in, but somehow they stay on the pegs and do not keep the pogo stick from bouncing. In a bunny hop, since your feet are not directly aligned with your bars, you will have to push forward and scoop up with your feet in order to counteract this disadvantage. To understand how scooping works, let's practice only lifting the rear wheel. Preload your bike and then throw your weight forward violently as you scoop up with your feet. In order to lift the rear of your bike, you need to grip onto something, so we point our toes to provide rearward pressure on our pedals. This allows us to lift our wheel by pointing our feet downwards, throwing our weight forward, and scooping up with our legs. One more thing. In the bunny hop, you need to allow your rear wheel to come up to meet you, so don't remain stiff-legged. If you do, you won't get your rear wheel off the ground. So to recap, preload, push your weight back, stand up straight, push forward, and scoop with your feet. Now, there are two main ways to start learning bunny hops. Option A, roll at a curb and lift your front wheel over. Then roll again and lift your front wheel and then the back wheel. Now, keep going faster and faster until you hop. Option B, this is what helped me learn the most. A bunny hop is actually the same motion as a bump jump, but the stick or bump is doing the work for you. So, bump jump your brains out until you have the technique down to muscle memory. This is basically like a set of training wheels. It helps you get the feel for the hop without that much work, thereby drastically decreasing the time hops take to learn. The higher your bump jumps get, the better your bunny hop technique is. And the better your bunny hop technique is, the higher your bump jumps will be. Remember, this might not come easy, but stick with it. You will get it just as I eventually did. If this was helpful, please give it a like and share it. Thanks for watching. Now get out there and find your flow.